So Karen, what do you think? You wanna make a chicken cage like this?
Yeah.
Is it good business?
Yeah, it's a good business here. Food in Philippines is really good business here.
The chickens are beautiful anyway.
Yeah, they are very nice.
This is Levi from Future Farmers of Aklan, and this is my 45-day chicken that's over a year old. He weighed up to 7 kilos.
All right, guys, we got a special treat today. We are with the YouTube channel, new YouTube channel, Future Farmers of Aklan, and a young couple. How long you guys been married?
Not even a year yet.
Not even a year yet. You already got a
February.
cute baby,
Yeah.
JN and Levi.
Yep.
So we're so glad to meet you guys. Your forte is very similar to ours. We have a lot of overlap as far as our interests with farming and agriculture, and I'm sure this is going to be a very productive discussion. So, okay, guys, we're going to have lunch here at Zimo's.
Yeah, Zima.
Zimo's. It looks beautiful. So the rooms here, you say, are about 2,300 to 3,600 a night.
Yeah.
Right here in Cataclan. So you're close to Boracay, guys. That's why it's a little bit higher, but not too bad at all. So let's go try the food. What is your baby's name?
Zareya.
Zareya?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Your wife Jayan is half Ilocano and half Aklanon, which is really interesting. But she speaks the same dialect as Karen.
Yeah.
Karen's dialect, which is Aklanon. And so, how you've been here in the Philippines? How long now?
I came here when I was 12.
Okay.
And then been back and forth through different times. When I turned 17, I went back for college and Bible school college, and then stayed in the States till I was 24, and then came here again. I know you're gonna correct me. 25. And
Okay.
then that was just this past year, and then came back and fell in love with JN all over again. We dated back whenever I was a kid living here.
So you've known each other how long?
Since she was 12 and I was 14.
And you're how old now?
26.
26. Okay, well that's really awesome. That's really an unusual story for a American AFAM couple. So
Yeah.
it's and you're farmers too. So how far back does your agricultural roots go?
4 generations. Yeah,
Four?
my dad's dad, my mom's mom, and my mom's dad's dad also. So yeah, I would have been the 4th. This is our 5th generation farmer.
Okay, well that's awesome.
Yeah.
So earlier you mentioned that you were from Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
and you're dairy farmers.
Yeah, we were dairy farmers in Pennsylvania. Just really small dairy, about 50
50 head.
heads
Well,
of
you know-
adults, and then we focused more on breeding up stuff.
Okay.
Because my dad sold semen.
Okay.
That's how he got into
Okay.
the dairy industry.
Okay, that's good money.
Yeah.
It's a good business. So that's
That's-
kind of people ask me about beef here in the Philippines and getting new breeds, like ones that aren't here. I'm like, you can do embryo transfer,
Yeah.
or
yeah.
do semen for the cattle and improve the stock here that way.
There's some here in Malaya that are that way. That's it. We might be able to see them going
Well, that'd be awesome.
to the
So are they
garden,
like Angus?
red and whites.
Red and whites?
Yeah.
Okay.
But they haven't changed much in their stature.
Okay, that's interesting. So the genetics of the
My dad
Spanish
says
breeds
about
run deep.
5, yeah. About
Okay.
5 generations, and then you'll get back to almost a full red and white after.
Okay,
breeding.
that's very interesting. Well, that's good news though that people are doing that here. And how about the dairy cattle, the Holsteins? Any Holsteins here?
There's one. Well, it's more towards your way. On the other side of Ibahai Mountain, they have a dairy that they
Oh.
built a whole milking parlor and stuff, but since pandemic, all the cows starved to death or something.
There's no cows?
They had a harvester. They had it looked like almost.
So they
a
were
really
like doing
small-
green chop, you mean, a harvester?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they never silaged piles, and my dad went up there whenever they did have cows and they were milking pre-pandemic, getting about 20 pounds a cow.
Okay.
Which is
Pathetic.
not very great.
What were they growing for forage? Carabao grass?
No, I think they were growing corn. Yeah.
Okay, they should do a lot better than that on
Yeah.
corn, but they're going to need protein too. What were they using
Yeah.
for protein supplement?
I'm not sure. My dad said that they were just feeding green corn, and he said that it gets
No,
a lot higher yield
If
when
they're
it's
just
silage.
giving green corn, then that's why their milk yield was low.
Yeah.
Because you got to supplement the protein as well. In America, we would use if you want to do it yourself, and most for dairy farmers do use alfalfa.
Yeah.
So what would you? Here the question is, what would you do without alfalfa? Maybe like with soybeans, chopped soybeans, Laredo
Yeah.
hay beans. That's what my first thought is, because they're annuals. Laredo beans would probably grow really well here.
Yeah.
Right, guys, lunch is served. We're having fish and chips. What was that one?
Pork chop.
Pork chop. All right.
Yep. Fried pork.
All right, we got our mango shakes. We've been starting on that for a while. It's smelling good, so we're gonna eat now. So we're gonna ask some of the questions everybody I think wants to know. So how did you guys meet?
Well, I came here when I was 12 to be a missionary with my family, and Jayanne was the best friend of the tutor that Mom was using for language.
I'm the tutor.
Really?
So who's tutor? Explain that a little bit.
My mom was trying to learn the local dialect.
Okay.
And Jayanne, my wife, was hanging around another missionary family's daughter a lot, and so she had learned really good English, which made her a really good a tutor to tutor her English to the Visaya. Right? You taught her Visaya or Tagalog?
Visaya.
Yeah.
Is that Aklanon Bisaya?
Yeah.
Okay, you mean actual Aklanon. Okay, that's Karen's language. So what? How long ago was that? You were like little kids, or
Yeah,
what?
she was I was 14. She was 12.
Okay.
Yep. And we dated when I was 16. You were 14.
So was that here on this island?
Yeah, here on.
Okay, that's really what a beautiful place. A cataclysm?
Yeah, very near Cataclysm, just here in Belispus is where I was living at the time.
Oh, that's a pretty awesome story.
Yeah.
All right. So
Then I went back to the States and did Bible college. And
did you guys keep in touch?
no, during Bible college, I had grown apart from wanting to keep in touch with her like I had been. And the last time we talked was my birthday, I believe,
Yeah.
when I turned 18. And then came back here when I was 25, and we started dating again, and within 3 months we were engaged. 4 months?
Yeah, from June to well. Yeah.
And then 3 months we were married, and then 2 months we were pregnant. Or she was pregnant. I'm still pregnant. And
Join
yeah,
the club.
So now we have our little one with us, and we're going to be celebrating our 1 year anniversary in February, the 8th of February. That's a very micro story. Yeah.
That's the short version.
Yeah.
Is funny to you? What part about being pregnant?
You too.
Yeah. All right.
300 pesos po.
Okay. Yeah, they have a nice little swimming pool here. What did she say? 300? How much?
300.
300 pesos to use the swimming pool here, guys. I assume if you're staying in a room, it's probably free though, right? All right, guys, it's 1.5 for 3 people to eat and swim here. So you can use the pool, and you can 3 meals for 1,500 pesos. That's actually a good deal.
Come inside.
You want me to go inside?
Don't bite us, buddy. They are renting. Wow, I like it here, babe. Is that dwarf coconut? That's a nice coconut. Yeah. There's already the beach. Yeah. They have boat here. James, they have boat. But it's an old boat already. Yeah, there's a beach. Wow. see here the beach, guys. Woo.
Off-sea.
Wow. There's a lot of kids swimming right now. I like it so much, guys. Wow. Woo. That is Boracay.
All right, so I see you got your Christmas tree out, and you do you fish on the beach? I see you got a fishing pole there.
Yeah. We tried yesterday and didn't have any luck. That's just kind of a new Christmas gift.
Okay, so you just started trying to fish on the beach.
Yes.
Huh, that's interesting. Maybe you'll get like those little spiny ones, the dunget that everybody hates,
Yeah.
but they dry and they taste good when they're dried.
The uni, isn't that what it's called?
What?
Oh, the small fish.
The little one
yeah.
that's spiny.
Yeah, we actually
This
have.
what?
Do they call that a dunget, Karen?
That's different.
Yeah.
That is up.
Oh, this is sap.
Okay.
That's Jan's.
You're eating dried fish also?
Yeah.
Ah, that's good.
So how long have you guys been here at this location?
Since May 1.
Yeah.
Okay, I know you're not good
8
at
months?
dates, okay.
What's that been? 9 months?
Since May 1.
Okay, since May 1 we've
Well,
been
how?
here.
Okay, how long is
9 months. Wrong. Okay, but yeah, we've been here for.
it? We're 9 months.
We stayed someplace else for the first 2 months or 3 months of our marriage, and then
And then here we transferred to May 1.
yeah, right when we found out Jane was pregnant, we decided that we had a place with stairs and
Okay.
carrying
Yeah.
watermelon upstairs.
Not
It'd be a
good.
good workout.
It's not good.
It's not.
So there's a few questions that I have that kind of relate to Karen and I's life. Like, so when you have a baby in the Philippines, how much does it cost? And is it very expensive? Because in America, I know I have a lot of friends that they've basically gone bankrupt from the hospital bill just from a normal birth. What does it cost in the
How
Philippines?
transparent do we want to get? We have the bills sitting in the room. The doctor is the most expensive part, and our doctor ran us $80K
For 3 of them?
for all 3 of them. Yeah. So that would be almost 2,000 USD there.
$2,000 for doctors.
Yeah. Well, the other part wasn't very. It was about 2,000 USD in total, because
I
that would
know.
be 120, right? And it was 150, but 50 of it was covered by PhilHealth. So
Okay.
PhilHealth does help quite a bit, even with the CS, which is what we had to.
So how much were you out of pocket? It was a C-section?
Yeah.
Yeah, because she was cord coil. Right?
Yeah. She had the umbilical cord around her neck.
Oh, she had the umbilical around her neck,
Yeah.
and you had to have was an emergency C-section,
Yeah,
right?
it was.
Okay, and that was 2,000 out of pocket?
Yeah.
That's phenomenal. Back in the
It
United
was-
States,
Yeah.
$40,000 even with the insurance.
Yeah.
I know some people.
The ER trip to get you into the whatever
Would be $10,000 right there,
Yeah.
probably, or maybe even more.
Yeah.
That's incredible. That's right there is an interesting tidbit. So, even if you had a
Why are you
C-section,
asking
Karen,
me?
I know you don't want no scars, but
Yeah. It depends, James.
yeah. So making a family here is a lot less expensive than in the U.S.
Yeah.
But at least they detected it, and you had it's a happy ending, and
Yeah.
they didn't bankrupt you. So
Yeah.
that's a good thing for the Philippines. So, what are your plans for the future? Are you gonna go back to the United States?
Well, that's the plan. The first plan is to get the baby her passport. And
Okay.
then that should help us along with getting Jayanne a passport, because she's the mother of an American citizen at that point. That's at least our hope.
Yeah.
We've
So you're gonna file for a spousal visa
Yep.
for the United States. Well, basically, the baby helps prove that you're an actual couple, that you're
Yeah.
not doing marriage fraud,
Yeah.
visa fraud. So, I mean, that's obvious. That's and so probably that takes out here maybe a year and a half.
Yeah.
What do you guys plan to do in the meantime while you're waiting on your visa?
Well, we're gonna raise up some chickens, grow some lettuce, and other hydroponic things, and then also we have a garden that needs a lot of love
Right now.
right
Well,
now. So.
it's the rainy season,
Yeah.
and you've obviously been busy. You've got a new baby, but it's really hard to farm a garden in the rainy season here, unless you're farming, rice. And even then, it's difficult. But we're having, you've been following our channel, so you know about our difficulties raising the sweet corn, and maybe half of it will get wiped out just because it can't tolerate all that water.
Yeah.
All right, well, very good.
So how much, guys, is your rent here in Katiklan? For sure, it's
It is
expensive.
here in Bogos was
It's in your name.
Balusbus.
9K a month.
A 9K a month,
9,000
guys.
pesos, not US.
Dollar.
I should correct that before.
Yeah, the land here also in Katiklan, guys, is expensive.
Yeah,
as
it
JN
is.
said,
More than Balete.
more than
Yeah.
Balete.
Our neighbor down the road has a $10 million house he's selling, right?
No, Lord.
Peso house.
10
million.
million. Yeah. But it's worth it also, James, because they have beautiful beach.
It has a
yeah.
very beautiful view, and he can walk out anytime he wants and throw a line out in the
Yeah.
ocean, which is priceless.
Yeah, you can do fishing and sell it. Yeah.
Well, they have here, like hand fishing, right?
Yeah,
Hand
everyone's
fishing.
using nets. Not much left for the fishing pole. We'll give it a shot.
Yeah. That's James want also, guys. James like Boracay, so it's near only here.
Yeah,
You can see Boracay
you can
from
go to
here.
Boracay anytime you want to.
Buy
Yeah.
yourself a small boat. You just take yourself there.
Yeah, that's James' dream.
You only for a small boat is only like $100.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
small plywood, green plywood.
Wow, maybe there's a fish here.
Almost all the rice fields here are in
So we are going to the garden, guys. I'm excited to see the chickens.
the DA, the Department of Agriculture. They bring in
It's good, it's not very rainy, guys.
It makes us farming our rice field extra difficult because you're going out with the machine and goes to the DA first. Then they'll turn on the water and turn off the water whenever they need it, not whenever we need it. We've got the high spot. Look at all those chickens. You gotta come out here and kill these birds to eat them.
I was going to ask that. They must taste pretty strong, though, huh?
Yeah, I've never seen this many in our patch before.
Really, really cool out for the Philippines today.
They had a nasty rainstorm 2 days ago now. They put a perfect mark they had right here. It kind of looked like this 3 days ago. Now it looks like this.
Which one does?
These 3 patches are the
From
ones
flooding?
from ours. Yeah. Everyone else. This was seeded by a machine instead of by hand. That's prone.
Was the germination rate bad, or did the water did
Yeah,
get
it was perfectly fine a couple days ago.
it washed out, huh?
Yeah, all washed out. You can see it got
All right.
in there 3 times a day. Sacks of feed. Once this lake gets wet, it's as you can see, our soil is very fertile.
Yeah, it's good soil. Have you planted any corn in it?
Grown since last September when I heard last. And I just raised bed for melons and things because we were having problems with the the same orange bugs that you're having on your cucumbers.
The raised beds are not the way to get rid of them. Use cypermethrin. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You'd have to have a really tight screen. Those things are very numerous. There's a lot of them in there.
Yeah. But last September we tried cucumbers, and every time we'd get 5 or 6, and then they'd be wiped out by those orange bugs.
Yep. And the cypermethrin's what's working for me.
We had this whole area was done in beans to put the nitrogen back in the soil. We did it over the whole. That was the last thing we had in everything. But I knocked that all back and fed it to my goat. There's my goat over there.
You got some mulberry clippings?
Yeah, those are mulberry clippings, and I got a whole row of mulberry going across there. And we got some that you could eat mulberry off of. And then I
Oh,
have
that's
some
pretty cool. Okay.
Hydroponics. This is a mango tree that started itself. I didn't plant it.
Yeah, I saw the lettuce.
Yeah.
Wow. So good.
I got a Thai basil plant still going, but other than that, it's mint and lettuce, but mostly lettuce at this point. You gotta have one of these shade cloths.
Look
or
at this,
lettuce
guys.
ties.
Lettuce can't take the full sun. That's for sure.
Looks like healthy.
We built this greenhouse for maximum capacity, so there's not much room to stand anywhere inside. But if you go to the industrial farms, the walkways are this big and the lettuce beds are this big. But we thought that we wanted to grow as many lettuces as you could in a 20 by 20 greenhouse, and that's what this is. So.
You are selling this also?
Yep,
Oh
we
my
sell it for 40 a cup in Cataclan, and then they turn around and sell it for 60.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good profit.
They're making margins better than we are, because we have about 28 cases in a cup of lettuce. Because we got to have power, we got to have the nutrients, we got to. That's not including putting any money away for the barn or the greenhouse and pipes. The pipes were free. The greenhouse was 150K. Then we got that other section for the same amount, 150K. It's twice as big, so. You might as well just go all in, even though it's a lot more space that you got a baby. But yeah, we're gonna put plastic over that.
So you're gonna expand all the way?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool. If you want me to, I'd like to come back and vlog that some more.
Yeah, that's where my vlog is gonna be going over the next couple of weeks. This square gutter pipe is what we're gonna be. Oh, I'm talking about the square gutter pipes outside. Okay. That's what we're going to run in there, because this round stuff.
Instead of this, you're going to run square pipe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because this round stuff is hard to get water to flow evenly throughout the whole bed. Plus, there's a lot of things we didn't do right, but that's why we did 20 feet before we did 100 feet.
So is that an alpine strawberry?
It is.
You grew that from seed?
No, I don't believe so. I think that was a plant my dad bought, and it was out there, and it was about dead. He threw it in here, and it lives.
You know, that's a strawberry, Karen. She's never seen a strawberry plant, I don't think, before.
Yeah. I don't know that we're ever going to get a strawberry off of it, but it's still alive.
The alpine strawberries, if that's an alpine strawberry, they do. But they make little. You can grow them from seed. And I've done that back in the U.S., and they sell the seeds here. I've got a package. I don't think we ever planted, but they take 30 days to sprout. That's a runner, so...
Yeah.
Put a cup under that one, you'll get another one.
Yeah. Well, that's what we've been doing with this mint. My dad bought 2 heads of mint. This peppermint and the spearmint over there. And it was that much and that much. And I've harvested probably 500 heads of mint this big off of just that, because we just cut them and start them again. We just have these so that whenever the lettuce is... What we do is we start lettuce, and as we make holes for lettuce, then this grows back enough that you can start a bunch of mint in the holes while you start the
next batch of lettuce?
The next batch of lettuce, because it takes, like, this is about 2 weeks old.
Okay.
And then this is like 4 weeks old, and then this one here is a day or 2 overdue. It probably just needs to be
how many
by
days
myself.
now? How many days till harvest?
Most people are harvesting
45
about
days
30,
maybe? 40?
Yeah, it's 45 days.
Okay.
This one's probably 46 or 47.
Okay, 45 days till
This
harvest.
is a perfect 45 day head.
Okay.
But most people around here aren't waiting that long.
Okay.
Most people around here are selling them like this size. So when I bring in this head of lettuce, people aren't afraid to pay me 40 pesos, even though there are places that you can buy them
Uh-huh.
secondhand in the market for 40 pesos. Ours
Okay.
goes for 60 because
Okay.
it's a
So,
little bit.
so you found it's a profitable business in the province growing lettuce. You're close to Cataclan, so it makes it a little bit easier. But
Yeah. Well, I think you could even, as long as you, like, I got people here in the indigenous tribe that would eat it anytime I give it to them. They just
Okay.
haven't got enough budget to
uh-huh.
pay for it.
Okay.
So I don't think there's very many Filipinos that wouldn't enjoy it. It's just, do they have 60 pesos for this versus what can you get, a kilo and a half of pepino? And pepinos,
I imagine
Yeah.
those high-end restaurants in Boracay go through a lot of lettuce.
yeah.
Wow,
they
this
do.
is
We haven't even tried to go in that market yet.
You haven't
because
even gone to marketed it into Boracay.
I have sold
Uh-huh.
one time to Boracay because I was there for vacation,
Uh-huh.
and I brought some along to run to hotels and be like, if I brought you this
Uh-huh.
much,
Uh-huh.
would you buy it? But my wife was like, just sell it here in the market.
Uh-huh.
And so I sold it in the market before I went and,
You let the resellers deal with that.
yeah. But I think I would like to be, once we have this full thing, lettuce,
Uh-huh.
would start to like to supply to 2 or 3 hotels
Interesting.
and get 60 pesos myself for a cup instead of having the
Yeah, that's an
market.
awesome business. Okay.
Just,
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm at 28 ahead. This is my dad's baby that I grew up. He made a greenhouse in Pennsylvania,
Uh-huh.
and I grew up around it. But like, he's the mastermind behind it.
Uh-huh.
I've learned how to do it all by myself. But like, I couldn't say that I can take credit for all this because it's my dad's.
Yeah, it
dream.
takes farming is all about generational knowledge. It's always handed down through the generations, and I think that's something that's lost on people nowadays. It's not like you can just go to school and you can, I guess, go to school and become a farmer, but it's a lot easier if you've got your grandfather and your grandparents and your parents taught you, because you're just gonna absorb so much more growing up with. If your parents were running a greenhouse, you're going to know a lot more about a greenhouse.
Yeah.
Same thing with the cattle and the other farming, agricultural pursuits. All right.
So if you had this,
I look forward to coming back and seeing the rest of it. What was that?
if you were to have this building built out exactly perfect, I've done the math and just haven't done the work for it.
Mm-hmm.
You could get 1,000 heads of lettuce in each row,
Mm-hmm.
or 1,000 pesos of lettuce with each row to harvest. You could make, on that 1,000, you'd make 2,000 in the market. Then you'd have 1 week, 1 week, 1 week, 1 week, and then you'd have 4 weeks of the month, and then you'd just have to keep at it. But I just had a kid,
Uh-huh.
and I haven't been making
Okay.
this my priority. But soon, hopefully, you guys will be able to see that this is becoming.
Yeah, absolutely. Please invite us back. We'll come and vlog the whole thing and see what you've accomplished here. I think that's the key to success, is to find something that works and keep repeating it. Don't try to do too many things. Once you find a winner, go with it. All right. What do you think, Karen? You want to grow lettuce?
I like it. It's so nice. It's
Yeah.
perfect.
Pretty cool business.
Day that is over a year old now.
Oh my gosh, a year old 45 day.
Yep.
What does he weigh? It looks like a turkey.
Well, at one point he weighed 7 kilos. Right now he's a little light, just because this rooster here doesn't always let him eat very much. But at one point he was 7 kilos.
Well, 45 day is what, a white rock
Broiler,
and a
yeah.
Cornish cross?
Yeah. I've actually got a couple over there that did not grow very well. There's a real supply issue on all kinds of chickens in the Philippines.
Yes,
About
they're-
getting good chickens. And he was a runt. He wasn't ready to harvest when the 45 days came.
Uh-huh.
Him and 5 other guys, I guess because they were just being jerks. And the other 4 out of 5 didn't make it in a full year. But he's as hardy as he needs to be, I guess. It's funny when he runs, though. I wish I could get you a shot of that. He runs like a bear. Yeah.
This to me is really a thing of beauty. I love this.
High tech, low tech. We got
Yeah.
the water that you don't have to get it from the bottom of a well, which we were doing for a while.
So you getting it from a well, or are you getting it from the ditch, or
Yeah,
Sapa?
we have a well over there. All you have to do is click on that and it fills it up and
Okay.
keeps the lines cool all the time. But it's not automatic feeder. You gotta feed by hand. That's
You like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really beautiful operation. Are they deep-beak? Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
See, they're well, that one's not.
I think that's the inbreed that makes them so they don't lay eggs very well. Because like right here, I got 4 of them that don't lay any eggs.
These?
Yeah, these 4 have been at our farm for over 16 weeks and
no
they
eggs.
haven't laid a single egg.
Huh.
And they say that the comb's got to get to a flock.
Are
like this
you?
one.
These have not laid eggs. Let me get
Nope.
this right. Okay, you know their beaks are pale, like they have laid eggs though. Because normally when they're making yolks, the yellow goes out of their beak.
Yeah.
And so looking at them,
Maybe it could be that.
looking at them, I don't. You know, mine anyway. The beak would be yellow, and then it would turn pale after they started laying. I mean, I could just be wrong.
Oh, come here, silly.
But these are when I say leghorn chickens, Karen. This is what I mean.
Yeah.
This is the
Their
best
father
breed.
or mother is a leghorn, but I don't know.
It's a hybrid.
Maybe they could be bound. I've never tried doing anything with them that way,
I have no idea.
but they say that they could get egg bound, but I don't even feel like they're so small you could almost feel a full-size egg in there. But
You get
It's-
profit. And also good money here.
so they eat 4 pesos worth of feed to make an egg. So we sell our eggs for $2.50 for the smalls on the tray, $2.60 for the mediums, $2.70 for the large, $2.80 for the extra large, and $300 for the jumbos. We get mostly jumbos, and then we sell them by the piece up here in the indigenous tribe for 10 pesos each, because all the stores around here are selling them by the piece for 11 or 12, so we're trying to give them a little bit of a discount. But they cost 4 pesos a feed to make an egg, and then we got a peso or 2 for the labor and the barn, and then a peso for electricity, and and it doesn't cost a peso per bird, but like you gotta assume that the feed is not the only expense when raising
Yep.
chickens. But it is 4 pesos each they eat a day.
Then you're gonna have losses too. What is your mortality rate?
Of birds,
How often do you come out here and find one's dead?
not very many. Get out of here, buddy. So we have a bunch of old birds here
Uh huh.
that are over 2.5 years old.
That's old. That's old for
They say
chicken.
that a bird won't lay after 2 years.
Leghorns do.
Yeah.
Leghorns will lay up through 3 years,
These ones are been great to us, the older ones.
and they're still laying at 2.5.
Yeah, and we bought 190 of them,
Uh-huh.
and then we're probably at 140 now, so we lost 50. But we're talking about old birds that were also starved to death. That's where we bought them. That
Uh huh.
they hadn't been feeding them for a couple of weeks, but
Wow.
they hadn't all died yet.
Wow.
So we came in and bought them and
Uh-huh.
started feeding them. We fed them for over a month before they started laying eggs
Oh, okay.
again.
Okay. Well, that probably force molted them. So once they've molted,
Yeah,
they were like that hit the reset button, and if they survive that, they're probably gonna lay good for another year.
yeah. Well, they haven't really slowed down that much. We've actually started incubating their eggs. I guess these roosters out. That's why they're in here.
Okay, so you're
fertilize.
okay. You are hybridizing them. So what do they call those? Those
This
are
is a Rhode Island Red.
you get like red sex link, right? I mean, chicken. You cross a Rhode Island to a Leghorn, and you can tell what the gender is by the color of their wing.
I didn't know that. You're teaching me something. Now I've got a couple of them that have come out that are Rhode Island Red Australorps. I haven't had any success.
How are they?
Or the ones that are to come out this weekend are the first ones that we decided to do mixed with the Leghorn. We call them the Cobs here in the Philippines, but you're right.
It's a
they're
Leghorn hybrid.
Leghorn.
It's a Leghorn strain, I believe. They look those. I'd call that a Leghorn looking at it.
Yeah.
But how are your brown egg layers doing? Your hybrids?
Those are what we've got chicks of.
Are you getting an egg a day? Is what I'm wanting to know. Is the feed conversion ratio going to be good on your home hatch
It
chickens?
seems like they don't lay if they're not bred, which is not necessarily what people would tell you.
They don't lay if they're not what?
If you don't get them out to have sex.
No. They don't have to have a rooster in there. That's not true.
When the days that I know that I need to mate them is typically the day that they don't lay an egg, because it's typically about the 7th day.
Okay.
They don't lay an egg. So it's about they'll lay 7 eggs in a row and then
Uh-huh.
take a break on a day or two, and then lay again.
Okay, interesting.
And then sometimes, like, I could have very well missed it, but like, and my dad says it's impossible, but there's 2 eggs, and I was in here last night, this exact time. So maybe she.
I used to keep track of how many chickens and how many eggs, and I noticed some days there was an extra egg too.
Yeah.
So
And like, it's not you're never gonna get a chicken that lays 2 eggs a day.
never.
Every time.
But somehow I
sometimes
swear that did happen
it's
also.
18 hours instead of 24 hours.
That's what I think too.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yes, these Australorps are not fully grown yet, but they are doing really good on
Those
egg
purebred Australorp?
That's what I was told. I
Okay.
don't think
Okay, and
so.
they're laying really good?
Yeah, they're laying pretty good. They're, like, this one here's about as fat as a chicken hen that I've ever seen here. But if you look at them, they just don't have all the perfect features of an Australorp.
Well, Australorps were developed from the Orpington originally,
Okay.
and they're like a super select strain of the Orpington that was selected for egg production, and you know that's been a long time since they were developed, I believe, in Australia, and the various strains are starting to look like almost like a breed of their own. So
Yeah.
you might have a really good egg laying strain here, something that's more specialized.
I had bought 18 of them,
Uh huh.
and the oldest ones were the only ones that made it. Yeah.
How's the egg size compared to leghorns? Leghorns for small chickens lay big eggs.
Yeah, like
Those old ones look like probably like dinosaur eggs, right?
Yeah, I've had a couple 100-gram eggs
Out of the older. The older they get, the bigger the eggs.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah,
All right.
100 grams is not out of the ordinary for one of these older ones.
So when you sell them, are they grading them by size, or they just an egg is an egg?
I have the scale here.
Okay, so you are grading them.
Yeah. So some people are under the impression the jumbo eggs has to do with the size, but it doesn't have anything to do with the size. It has to do with the weight.
The weight. Okay.
And like, so this one here is a medium egg.
Uh-huh.
Although it almost looks like it could be a large, but then you got here, like this is a pretty good size egg from a new chicken, and it's an extra large. And that's like, in general, you don't find very many extra larges around for sale that
Uh-huh.
I've seen.
Okay.
So you also never come in this time of day at a Filipino farm and find this much feed in the feeder.
Uh-huh.
I overfeed the crap out of these because I want them to lay as big as eggs as possible. And I've got people that have restaurants here that buy my eggs and say that they won't buy eggs anywhere else because they know that they came out of the chicken within 24 hours of whenever they get delivered. And the yellows are more yellow, the whites just cook better. It's just, they don't separate very easily, which is a good sign of a
There's-
quality egg.
There's like 3 ways I know to make the yellows yellower: marigold leaves, corn, and free ranging them. Free ranging them always makes the yellows yellower.
Well, I just mean that
Darker. Makes the yellow.
what I mean is
orange.
like the ones that you're getting that are a week out from being out of under the bird the
Are pale.
Yeah,
They look
get more
ugly.
pale.
Yeah.
But so they're not more
mean
yellow
as a-
like used.
You mean as a sign of freshness?
Yeah.
You're talking so this? Yeah. Okay. The stale eggs are kind of like more like a tan than a yellow.
Yeah.
All right. I didn't know that's.
Yeah, I don't have any. The only things that I give them is eggs 1000, and then there's a powder that I put in here for calcium because sometimes we get weak shells.
All right. Well, that's good news. I'm happy to see leghorn birds, type birds. You know, they might be a slightly different strain, but they're essentially the same bird here in the Philippines. And you say you got these from a truck that comes down from Manila?
Yeah, these new birds. The other ones, I imagine, came from a very similar situation coming from Luzon.
How much does it cost to buy a bird? Were they pullets? Were they ready to lay? Were they like 4
they
months?
were supposed to be ready to lay chickens, and they were $550, which should have been our sign that they weren't ready to lay chickens.
They were-
Because ready to lay is $675, $700.
Do they sell them for $550? Maybe they were only 4 months instead of 5 months.
Yeah, I think that they were as young as they possibly could have sold them. That's
As young as they
We're
could have
at-
passed.
yeah.
Okay.
We're at 40% right now, and the old birds are at 80%. So there's no excuse for these young birds to be half as much.
Okay. Well, next time that truck comes around, let me know. I'll come over and buy a few.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, that's my brother's got 200 over there, and maybe especially once we start hatching these hybrids, I'll probably just give you a handful of them.
Yeah. I'll come. Let me know. I'll come over and buy a bunch from you.
Yeah.
Because it'd be nice. That's what I was telling Karen. I want to get some chickens that are already proven to lay eggs. That way we can rule out all the genetic issues. Because maybe like we're buying show chickens. We were buying. Ladies raises show stock, so I think that's what happened to our flock. Karen doesn't want show
That's
stock.
what James finding.
Show chicken adobo. Yeah, this is what I've been trying to find. It's amazing you contacted us. Did you see me ranting about the chickens not laying eggs?
No, I think the first one I was in on of your chats was the day my baby was born, the 13th.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it was about prices of land going
higher.
higher, and you and I had gotten in a little bit of a debate about population. Because
Population
I find
being
that
too high or
my,
too low?
that my wife having pile of siblings and
Uh-huh.
most everyone around here having pile of siblings, and you had said that you had read a statistic that it was at just even.
Oh yeah, the rural areas are above replacement, but the urban areas, which is where the majority of the population lives,
In Manila,
the population level is below replacement rate, the birth rate. So they're heading towards, in Manila and in Cebu, they're heading towards Japan, the city. And the rural areas is like you say, they're still having 5-6 kids a family. You see it all the time. But the problem is the urban people outnumbered them, so that the average is just at the break-even point now, which is nuts. Because the Philippines used to be way above break-even, and in a rapid amount of time, just like a few years, it's fallen to replacement level. And while Western Europe and America has fallen way below replacement level. So, yeah, I mean, we'll see where it's going, but I think the future is bright for rural Filipinos. I really do, because look, at the land is rich. If you want to pick up a shovel, you're not going to go hungry out here. You know.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be glamorous unless you like living the Green Acres lifestyle. Then you'll be happy. But so I think we've pretty much covered everything, huh?
Yeah.
I appreciate it, Levi, and
We'll have to have you back when the garden looks.
Yeah, keep us updated and
things.
and one of these days, if you ever want to sell some of these birds, even if they're old, I'd like to buy them because these are my kind of chicken.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
He'll come over. Stay here, girl. Camera shy, huh? I would be too.
Is your wife like this about collecting the eggs?
Meat stacking, yeah. I don't think my wife's ever cracked a single egg.
Boy, Karen, you're really getting into this, aren't you?
Yeah.
You have to. We got enough space to build one of these.
The problem is where we get like this kind of chicken, James.
This kind of chicken? Levi just told us they bring a truck down from Manila. He's breeding these. These eggs are fertile.
Huh?
These eggs here are fertile.
That's brown.
He's crossbreeding the Australorp and the Rhode Island Red. There's probably some kind of acronym for that, but I don't know what it is.
I bought them and they weren't anywhere near ready to lay.
Did they want less for the white ones?
They wanted $5.50 for the
Okay.
ones that we just bought. Then these ones we got for a deal because they were starved. They didn't eat anything for 2 weeks and they had already laid piles of eggs for the previous owner. And someone had stolen 60,000 pesos from his egg fund or whatever that he had saved up. So there wasn't money for feed, so he just sold out. I think we bought them all these cages and half these birds for $45K.
Wow, that's a good deal.
We more than made that money back. Then we built this barn for $150, so we got most of a year to pay it back. But the barn should last more than a year.
That plywood, the roofing and all that, stuff isn't cheap. You know, people...
Well, that's, the biggest thing is we did the concrete pillars and the concrete floor.
Yeah.
Most every other place would just keep it dirt and use native wood.
Yep.
But if for some reason typhoon blows in from the beach, takes the roof off, at least it's just a real quick fix than if it was built out of native stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we had 2 trips of power wood at 1,000 pieces each, so it was over 2,000 pieces of power wood. I think they're 9 pieces each, so 2,000 times 9, or 2,000 times 10, make it real simple. 20,000 pieces of roof.
Not a bad deal.
Yeah.
And the power wood is cooler. It's a lot cooler than a metal
A lot
roof.
cooler, yeah. Especially whenever you have fluted exits or whatever, so that the air can move.
Yeah, and it's quiet. The chickens don't have to put up with the rain pounding on the tin.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, how does it feel to be up all night riding around the Philippines
The Philippines.
on a motorcycle all night?
Good.
Good?
We split this.
Is that your favorite drink? That's what I thought. What is that?
I don't know, you're the one who bought it.
I don't know what it is though. Is it a tuna melt or beef?
I think beef.
Want to trade? Not really sure where we are. Where are we? Bahay?
Ibahan.
Bahay? How far is this from Balete?
Ano pa? Like 1 hour, 10 minutes pa.
1 hour, 10 minutes? Blasted trucks are very annoying.
Yeah. I fell asleep earlier. James Strait already going to Antique. Shh. What's on my phone?
Don't drop your phone.
James go already to Antique. It's good he wake me up.
Yeah, we were on the way to Antique.
Mm.
And I was
We're
like,
in Panjan,
I didn't remember
Antique.
driving by the power plant, so I was like, I knew we were going to Antique. That's why I woke you up. Which way?
Never really know what's going on. Look at me sometimes like all you want to do is run. Hear me out, hear me out. If all the things you never show, there are the things I want to know. Secrets start in your heart so slow. But if you don't wanna tell me now, I guess I'll never know. Losing almost all my energy. It's getting hard to talk to you, and I'm the only one who speaks. It's all the things you never show. Things I want. Secrets start in your heart so slow. But if you don't wanna tell